Which brings us to our KUSI Thoroughbred correspondent. Oh, man, if that's not the best outfit at the track, I don't know what is. Patrick Valenzuela, winner of over 4,300 races, and obviously he spent a lot of that prize money on the outfit he is wearing right now. Mr. Valenzuela, thank you so much for doing this. Patrick, how you doing? It's a good time to talk to you.
Thank you, Paul, and it's awfully nice to be on the air with you again at KUSI and also to be at the racetrack here on opening day. It's been a beautiful day, beautiful people out here, and the horses have been running great. It's a great day for racing.
What does it mean to you to be on opening day? It's very exciting, but to be a commentator rather than a competitor, is it sort of a downer for you, or do you still get up for it?
Are you sure? Are you serious, Paul? I mean, I look forward to it. Ever since I talked to Rick last week about doing this interview, I said, I'm going to show him that I can take Paul's job.
Well,
I'm just joking, Paul. No, but I've been looking forward to it, and looking forward to this day as far as opening day, watching the beautiful horses run. As you know, Arrogate's going to be running this Saturday in the San Diego Handicap, preparing for the Pacific Classic, which is later in the meet, and preparing after that, using that as a stepping stone for the Breeders' Cup Classic later in the fall here at Del Mar.
Okay, Patrick, we're going to get to Arrogate in just a moment. Opening day means different things to different people. Ladies, it means the hats. Guys, it means the ladies. What do jockeys like about opening day?
Well, most jockeys, if they're single, they like looking around and seeing all the pretty, you know, candy in the eye candy. But as a married man, or as a man that has a girlfriend such as I do, I look forward to riding the horses and winning the races and just performing on a beautiful day like this in a beautiful spot right by the beach. You cannot beat Del Mar for the atmosphere.
All right, now let's get to the main event, though. Arrogate, as you mentioned, star of the meet. Tell me something about that horse that I don't know.
Well, Arrogate is a horse that's only a 4-year-old horse. I mean, he's run some great races. He's the world's winningest race horse as far as earnings. He's made $17 million. He's coming to the race very good. He worked in a 1:11 last week at Santa Anita, which is in hand. He did it very easily. He had 2 workmates, and he outworked him very easily. And also, as far as riders, you've got Mike Smith riding him, which is a money lean rider and a very, very, very talented and great rider.
You know, I don't need to recite Bob Baffert's credentials to you. Why is he such a good... What is it about him that other trainers are missing out on? Why is he so good?
Well, Bob Baffert is just a natural horseman. You know, he grew up with horses all his life. His brothers, his family have been into horse racing. He started out with quarter horses, then he took the shift over to thoroughbreds, and he excelled. Bob Baffert has a lot of potential, very high potential owners behind him. Very good owners, as well as being a good horseman. He takes his time with these horses, he develops them in the right manner, and the horses, they perform to the best of their ability for him.
You know, we should mention, if people didn't get the connection there, Baffert, Arrogate is trained by Bob Baffert. I asked you which jockey you wanted to profile. Man, Pratt and Bejarano were having a neck-and-neck duel all day long. You wanted to start with the Frenchman. Talk about him a little bit.
Well, Flavien Prat is an upcoming rider. He hasn't been riding that long, but he seems to be coming in his own as far as now. I mean, he got hurt last year. He was out for 8 months. He came back. He was lead rider at the big meet at Santa Anita. He tied with the apprentice at the short meet at Santa Anita, and now he's here performing today. He won 2 races today. Rafael Bejarano, who's been lead rider in the past years, won 3 races today. So it's going to be a battle between both riders throughout the meet. And also you've got the new upcoming rider, which is Ramon, which is a very good apprentice, but I don't see him as far as those two riders that I mentioned before as having their ability yet. When he wins a Grade 1, then I'll verify that he's a great rider.
All right, Patrick, I'm partial to the older jockeys like yourself and Mike Smith. Tell me a Mike Smith story I haven't heard.
About Mike Smith that you haven't heard? Well, Mike Smith is built like excuse my language, a brick house, okay? Mike Smith is a very good rider, and he's a very good athlete, and he stays fitter than a fiddle, so that's what I can say about Mike Smith. He's a very good man, a very spiritual man, and a very fit athlete.
You're going to get me fired, Patrick. Let's talk about, let's not bury the lead. This meet is a big deal, but the Breeders' Cup coming around the corner is an even bigger deal. people who don't follow the ponies might not understand why the Breeders' Cup is such a big deal. Could you explain why?
Well, Paul, you know, the Breeders' Cup has been probably the epic of racing around the world. They go to different racetracks every year for the Breeders' Cup, and it's where the world's best riders, the world's best trainers, the world's best horses all come together to perform on that one day. And you're going to have sheiks here, you're going to have princes here, you're going to have billionaires here, you're going to have great riders here, great athletes, you're going to have the equine athletes themselves who are the ones performing and making this world happen in racing. It's a great deal for everybody. It's a great deal for Del Mar. Del Mar's first year having the Breeders' Cup, and to San Diego, it's going to be a great deal. I see it being probably the best Breeders' Cup we're ever going to see.
Do you envision it being so popular and such a success that they're going to want to have the Breeders' Cup here more regularly?
Well, there's no doubt about it. No doubt about it, Paul. And as far as I'm concerned, you're going to probably have to hire me to come out and do more interviews.
Well, if you can keep it G-rated, we might do that. Hey, before we go, before we go, we want to promote the fact that KUSI Sports Department will have unprecedented team coverage of opening day. Rick, as you mentioned, Brandon and Allie will all have stories at 10:35. I want you to comment on this, Patrick. Allie wants to know why she's the only member of the sports department that can actually ride a horse, but she always gets assigned to the hat story. Is that just poor planning on my part?
Well, I think Allie's probably the best rider in the whole station there. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, she's the only one that rides horses, right?
Yeah. I mean, she jumps the whole 9 yards.
There you go. Well, Allie's not only that, and she's doing a great job commentating too. She's a great reporter. I've watched her develop into a really, really, really good reporter. And Allie, if you're in there, I'm not just saying that because you're my friend, but I'm saying that because I watch you. And you, Paul, you're a great guy too. And this other little bald guy's doing okay.
Yeah. I just want to know where your tailor is because I want to get a suit just like that one.
Well, you know, this tailor, I got this. My girlfriend actually picked this out, and she told me that if I don't say that San Diego stay beautiful before I end this interview, that she's going to kill me.
Patrick Valenzuela, everybody. Thank you very much.